I don't know if you guys have heard of this guy, but I've seen him around like on the internet or whatever. But this dude, Gucci Third Leg, this is some wild shit that's going on here. So this is Gucci Third Leg, and Gucci Third Leg is he's a an adult entertainer, OF, and apparently he is going around not disclosing his health to women. Let's say that. I want to be very careful with the language I use. He's not disclosing his status to the women that he's working with when he makes these movies. And he's known that he has had an incurable disease for 3 years now. And in his own words, this is his body count. I don't know when this body count number started, but I'm pretty sure it's happened in the most in recent years. So this is crazy.
Last year my body count was like 3,100, but I was really I
3,100. What you mean 3,100? I see why he does adult movies at this point, because yeah, he can't do math.
body count was like 3,100, but I was really I didn't feel too bad about it because my ex chick down in the body had like 2,000 or whatever. But so it was like when I was dealing with my chick, she couldn't really be like, oh, your body count's too much, because her body count like 2,000, and my body count like 3,000. So it's like, damn, like I ain't feel too bad about it, honestly.
All right. So that's the man that we're dealing with. That's the type of person we're dealing with, Mr. Gucci Third Leg. Gucci Third Leg. So recently, another adult content creator has come out and said that she has confirmed that he actually gave her this incurable virus. So this is sad and triggering. So trigger warning, I'm gonna let everybody know. This is her talking about it.
I'm just gonna say, yes, he gave it to me. It's devastating to have to come on here and share that whenever I was 19 years old, Gucci Third Leg burned me with HSV2. And he told me that he was gonna send me his test results, and he never did. And it saddens me to hear that he's done this to so many girls. And there's girls with so many similar stories to me, and they're so young as well. He is preying on the young, he is preying on the new. And I'm so sorry for not saying this 7 months ago. I was scared, and I was making so much money. I can't keep beating around the bush because you guys think I'm lying. And he can't ruin anybody else's life. I didn't know what he was known for. I didn't know who he was. I didn't do my research, and it is my fault.
That was heartbreaking to listen to. Personally, that was crazy. She did take accountability for not doing her research, even though she was 19, you know what I'm saying? And she definitely was old enough to protect herself, but she's also young enough for me personally. I'm going to give her all the grace. 19-year-old girl doing this, being manipulated and preyed on by this man. But yeah, so Gucci Third Leg is running around doing this to a bunch of women. He's in Atlanta, apparently. And I'm not going to share the list, the burn list, quote unquote. I'm not going to do that because I don't know of those women on there. I don't know if they're confirmed or not. And I don't feel, I just don't, I think that that's their story to tell, those women's story to tell. But it's you guys, I'm sure you guys are going to look it up. There's some pretty notable names on there. Some rappers, female rappers, and some famous adult stars. Some really popular young famous stars apparently. I don't know this girl. I don't know this woman. I didn't know any of the names on the list of the not. I knew the rapper name, the one rapper on there, but I didn't know anybody else on the list. I'm not in the OF world, and I don't really consume that much pornography. No shade, no tea to anybody that does. I'm not a prude. I'm not clutching my pearls. I just don't do it anymore. I used to, but I don't watch it that much anymore. So I'm not in the know. I don't really know these women. Um, but I'm still saddened by it. And it also speaks to a larger issue that we talk about and that I talk about a lot on my platform. But it is how men are the drivers when it comes to spreading STDs. Men are typically the ones spreading these things to women, right? I mean, this guy, he admitted to having 3,100 bodies or 3,100 bodies, like educated people would say. But yeah, and he's not telling any of these women. He doesn't care. And apparently, something else wild happened. This is kind of like the story about is like what's going on. It's like the backstory of what's going on. And this, when you hear, I mean, this is pretty crazy right here too.
Imagine being brand new to adult content creating. You're young, you're fresh, you look good, and a creator with a big name, a lot of following, and a lot of clout wants to collab with you. You do the collab. He's supposed to give you his STD results. He doesn't. And before you even start the collab, you noticed something's on your pita packer. What is that? He proceeds to tell you, oh, I cut myself shaving, and you proceed to do the collab, only to come back and find out that he is giving you something that you can never get rid of. Well, that's exactly what happened to this creator. I'm sure you've seen it on your For You page because the person behind all of this is none other than Gucci Third Leg. Who is he? Well, you might have seen him on Now That's TV. He dated Diamond the Body. And I believe it was like last year or a year or two ago. He was right here on this app getting praise for having multiple women tattoo his name on them. Now, I'm going to say this.
Yes, he did do that. That was also crazy. Yeah.
What is it you want from me? Do you even know? Do you love me actually? Or fear being alone? If you want huss and carriage, babe, please remember this. I just want to wine and dine and talk a little.
So okay, now you guys saw that it happened. That's crazy.
I am in the content creating community. I am very popular on X, OF, PH. You can Google me and you will see that for yourself. So when I say this, I'm telling you from what I know in this community. He has been listed as a predator for years. This information about him giving girls something they cannot get rid of has been information in the community for years.
And so that's a problem for OF, by the way, because it's freelance, right? Essentially, like you don't work for anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it works. Like I don't know how it works in OF. I'll be honest with you, but obviously, it seems like you can just hunch people and just upload it, right? It's not like you know what I mean. Like there's no penalty or no repercussions to any of this stuff. You're not like a part of the industry in that regard. You know what I mean. Um, so, and I'm not saying that OF has an obligation to protect anybody, but it is a problem for OF because I mean he burned a lot of women on OF, like a lot of young, you know what I mean, like a lot of young women on there. So it's gonna hurt OF, So you would think that OF would want to like address this in some way, shape, or form. Just from a business standpoint, fuck the morality of it. Just from a business standpoint, like I think that they should do something about this.
Years. I'm not gonna say no names, but I know a creator who is also popular here. She's popular on other platforms. From what she said, he lived with her at one time on the sofa. They were doing content. She found out about him having, and she ended up putting him out, and that's how I found out from a first-hand account. But again, I had heard about him and him having this for a few years now, so it's been no secret. The thing is this though, in this community you have got to be careful. It is very sad that men in this community prey on the girls who are new coming in because the men need us. The women could have a solo career, never touch a man, and be very successful. Men, on the other hand, need women because it makes their platform grow. This girl, I feel so sorry.
Sounds like life. Sounds like life. Men need women. Like women. This is a thing that also I think a lot of men are jealous about women for. Like they're jealous of women for, because they talk about it all the time. Like, oh well, if I had a vagina, I could just go out and make $1 trillion and da 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 da. And it's like, I mean, stop paying for it, man. You hate it so much, stop paying for it. Oh, you're not gonna stop paying for it? Then shut up. But she just said it right there. Men need the women, so they prey on the women. This is life. This is not just OF. This is not just, the industry. This is how it is in life. Women are, they themselves, they are a movement by themselves. To steal the lyrics from Fabulous and Ballhead, bro. Yeah, right. To like, women are self-contained. They can do it all on their own. Men need women. We need them.
Sorry for her. New in the industry and linked with this man. And the craziest part of it all is that she seen the Legion. She questioned him. But she never asked for his results for the test until after the fact, months later. It was already too late by then. This is why clout is a hell of a drug. Coming into the adult content creating space is already hard enough, and then you meet a person who has a name, you've seen them on TV, they've dated popular people, and you're like, oh, this is my time to shine. And that man lied. A lot of the men in these industry lie. They tell you what you want to hear so they can get in your pocketbook. And meanwhile, a lot of these people are giving out fake tests. They're abusive. They don't give you your content. They do some very weird things. And see, this is why you got to care more about yourself, more about your health, less about the clout, less about the name, less about the money. Because at the end of the day, it may not even be worth it.
She's spitting.
And once again, you can have a thriving career just working solo.
Mm.
I myself only work with my husband, the only person that I work with. There's no reason for me to be out here sleeping with other people to do content when he's enough. This lifestyle, yes, it's a lot of money. I can tell you that. It looks glamorous, people going viral, people getting the clout, but there's no amount of clout worth sacrificing your health for something.
Now, everything she said was spot on. I agree with all of that stuff. I'm glad she said it. Now, I just want to go circle back real quick and talk about this guy.
Ex chick
So
dominant body had like two, but I
this
was really
this dude, like I said, he is a predator, right? He's a predator. Um, and he is a representation of how men are reckless and how men are selfish and how we spread the diseases the vast majority of the time. It's usually us doing it. And I'm just really tired, once again, of men out here acting like, oh man, these women out here, they when they do the black women um got the highest rates of this or the highest rates of that. It's because they're getting tested. But they got it from a dude like that. They got it. No, I'm sorry. God, you know what, y'all? That's a lie. Sometimes they do. He's not normal. Don't let me back it up. They're getting it from their husbands most of the time. They're getting it from their boyfriends most of the time. They're at home minding their own business, and here comes their boyfriend or husband bringing something back because they've been playing around in these streets, being irresponsible. But it just goes to show you how little how little men actually care about other people. Like we just don't care. We just don't give a fuck the vast majority of the time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just word to the wise, cautionary tale, all of that stuff. Dudes out in Atlanta. I mean, he's sleeping with a bunch of people. Be careful, protect yourselves, all that stuff. Men and women, man, be safe.